reports that membership has swelled. They've allegedly added hundreds of new members.
This morning, there is growing concern over white supremacy in this country after that stunning moment at the first presidential debate.
Would you like me to condemn Proud Boys?
And right Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
The president failing to denounce white supremacists and right-wing militias in front of 73 million viewers, instead telling a far-right group to, quote, stand by. That moment certainly caught the attention of the Proud Boys founder, who was podcasting the debate live. Now that far-right group is under the microscope.
Trump 2020!
The Proud Boys, who describe themselves as a Western chauvinist group, is a growing presence at rallies, some armed with guns, staging a counter-demonstration to a Black Lives Matter protest in Portland on Saturday. The group has also appeared alongside other extremist groups at gatherings like the deadly 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. Their leaders say they are not white supremacists, but according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, the group is known for misogynistic and anti-Muslim rhetoric and has made allies of white supremacists and attracts some openly racist and violent people.
They see the left and anti-fascists as their predominant enemies. The Proud Boys really see themselves as acting on behalf of Trump and acting hand in hand with law enforcement.
The Southern Poverty Law Center says that in 2019, they counted 44 different Proud Boys chapters across the country, and that they were kicked off of Facebook in late 2018 because of their history of violence. Frank Mink, a former white supremacist, now anti-racism activist, says the kind of recognition Proud Boys got from the president only emboldens them.
It emboldens them, and it emboldens their leadership. They're going to keep doing what they're doing.
And with the election approaching, there are fears that the Proud Boys and other far-right groups will mobilize.
We have already seen them signal that they plan to monitor the polls or to be active on election day. You know, Trump has long talked about law and order, the need for law and order. And increasingly, groups like the Proud Boys and militias are seeing it as their duty to go out and impose law and order.
Elizabeth Newman, a former assistant DHS secretary in charge of counterterrorism who resigned in April, says that the president's words are creating conditions for domestic extremism to flourish.
For 3.5 years, you had people inside the government begging the White House to take this issue up, and they were silenced. And I've come to the conclusion that's because he didn't want to do anything about white nationalism, because he views those folks as his supporters.
Violent hate crimes have actually increased since President Trump took office. Starting in 2016, they've actually steadily grown year after year. In 2018, the FBI said that they actually investigated more than 4,500 hate crimes. George?
And they put out new warnings every month. In the meantime, Lindsay, the Proud Boys have something of a makeshift uniform that's now being pulled from shelves.
That's right. They actually wear these Fred Perry polos. They're black polo shirts that have a little bit of a yellow or goldish kind of piping to them. But Fred Perry has actually now pulled these shirts, saying that they have absolutely no affiliation or association with this organization, George.
Lindsay, thanks very much. And Lindsay's report is part of Turning Point, a month-long series examining the racial reckoning across the nation. You can see the reports every night on Nightline. And Lindsay's documentary, Homegrown Hate, The War Among Us, is streaming on ABC News Live October 6th.
Thank you, George. And now to the